It's now my great pleasure to introduce a new friend. Folks, there is nothing more important to the cause of Israel than that it remain a bipartisan cause. We cannot afford to have one party supporting Israel and the other not, because you know what? Control of the White House goes from one party to the other. Control of Congress goes from one party to the other. It's been that way throughout our history. It's not going to change. We need Israel to be a bipartisan issue. And I am grateful that there are still Democrats who proudly and resolutely stand with the state of Israel. You're about to meet one of them. I just met our next guest, Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard from Hawaii, but I was already impressed with her. I'm impressed with Congresswoman Gabbard because she has behind her not just words, but deeds. She was elected to Hawaii's state legislature in 2002, and then she did something that I admired deeply. She joined Hawaii's National Guard, and in 2004, she voluntarily deployed to Iraq. She served 2 combat tours in Iraq. And since she got back home, she's continued to serve. She now represents Hawaii in the United States Congress. She now speaks out for Israel in Congress, in the media. This is the kind of friend we need in the Democratic Party. Ladies and gentlemen, please give your warmest welcome to Tulsi Gabbard.
Thank you. Aloha. Thank you very much, David, for your kind words of introduction, and thanks to Kufi and to all of you for such a warm welcome and the invitation to join you on such a critical and important day. Congratulations as well on the 10th anniversary of this Washington summit and record attendance this year. The timing could not be more appropriate. If you'll allow me a little personal moment here, I have my aunt and uncle here from Moline, Illinois. Kelly and Bill Davis, somewhere in the crowd. There they are. Today's a big day, and each of us here in this room, and many of my friends down the road, we have our work cut out for us. So as we begin, I want to share something that's personally very special and I think important to keep in our hearts as we go forward, and that is the power and the true meaning of the word aloha. I come from Hawaii, a very special place. And oftentimes when you visit there, or people who come from there, you hear the word aloha thrown around, often used to say hello or goodbye. But it's a word with a much deeper meaning that expresses a sentiment that is very appropriate as we stand here together today seeking to unite people around a cause and a purpose that is higher and greater than ourselves. It's a word and a philosophy to live by today and every day. The first part, alo, means to share, literally, and ha, in the deepest sense of the word, means the breath of life. So aloha means I come to you with sincere respect and with an open heart. Aloha allows us to transcend the many labels and divisions that often separate us and tear us apart, and instead see each other truly for who we are, all as children of God. Every day when we turn on the news or we have conversations in the supermarket, we become aware of the deep divisions that exist within our country. That unfortunately, rather than seeing first what we share in common, unfortunately, too often people focus first on the things that divide us. And nowhere is that more magnified than here in Washington. Whether there are battles around a specific issue or there are purely blind partisan fights, the end result is that our country suffers, families struggle, and we don't maximize the potential that exists for our country. It's far easier to cast a disparaging eye on those who disagree with us, and much harder to find the good in that person, to see where there is common ground that will allow us to move forward together. In my life and in my work, I've been grateful to constantly have the opportunity to go back and reflect on some of my experiences, whether it was digging foxholes during military training in the woods of Alabama, or during my deployment to Iraq, where I served in a medical unit. In all these situations, I had the privilege of serving with people from all over the country, people of every race, every nationality, every religion, with a variety of different backgrounds and upbringings. In all of these situations, we worked as one team. We were united around the flag that we wear on our shoulder, united around our common goals and our shared mission, serving our country and taking care of each other. The same principles apply here. When I look around the room here today, I see many different diverse faces, people from all over the country, each of us bringing something very unique to the table. We have the opportunity to do great things, to make great changes, only if we stay focused on our common goal, on our common mission, and that is taking action that's in the best interest of the American people and our country. There are many issues that we deal with on a daily basis in Congress that are very divisive, but I can tell you without a doubt that the importance of our nation's long-standing friendship and partnership with Israel is not one of them. It's absolutely true to say that there are few issues that bring us together more, few issues that cause people to set aside their differences more than the issue of the United States' long-standing friendship with Israel. As a kid growing up in Hawaii, the challenges and threats that have faced Israel for so long and continue to present these challenges today are frankly not something that confronted me as I went surfing and played on the beach in Hawaii as a kid. But later in life, this changed through both of my Middle East deployments and learning from the examples set by one of Hawaii's senators, the late U.S. Senator Daniel Inouye. Sounds like you know a little about him. He's a World War II veteran, Medal of Honor recipient, and lifelong champion for Israel. He was instrumental in ensuring that American military aid to Israel was transformed from loans to grants, assured that Israel could purchase the most advanced American weapon systems and develop such systems of its own, and led the U.S. support for multi-layered missile defense in Israel, something that, as all of you know, saves people's lives every single day. Shortly after he passed away in December of 2012, Israel chose to name an Israeli military missile facility after Senator Inouye, the very first time ever in history an honor has been bestowed on a non-Israeli. Anyone who goes to Israel and the Middle East will tell you that it's a complicated region. I began to see and experience this first as a soldier, as a concerned American, and now as a member of Congress.